I'm sure we've all been in this situation before. A late night gaming session with a stack. But does this help us play any better? Nowadays, it is so normalized to stay up until early morning just to get that last match. But does it help any better? It's the age-old question. Quantity over quality. Do we play better by playing a controlled amount of games? Or do we tilt Q until the sun rises? It's all about the vibes, right? Look online. There are countless videos talking about this topic. Should we go for a rest mentality or the grind mentality? Sleep has always had a correlation with performance regardless of task. Reaction time slow, decision making falters, and emotions run hotter when we're sleep deprived. That's why so many top students and athletes are recommended to at least get 8 hours of sleep the night before. Because sleep helps you perform better. But my question is, can we apply the same logic to games? We can even see this practice in many esports organizations globally. For example, T1, a Korean-based esports organization, has previously commented that sleep and structured rest is vital and is what gives a solid foundation for both learning and reflex consolidation. We also get to see this in a European organization in Team Liquid, wherein many of their health professionals emphasize nutrition, sleep, and physical training. They also comment that these are key factors in their training regimen. Many organizations employ sports psychologists and even sleep coaches to monitor a player's fatigue before and after tournaments. Last thing you want would be your star player struggling because of a lack of sleep. But why is a lack of sleep constantly associated with hard work? This is largely due to a cultural, psychological, and practical phenomenon known as hustle culture. And I am 100% sure that we've all experienced this. We think that if we keep queuing past the tilt, that we'll eventually rank up. And this hustle culture often misinterprets exhaustion as a badge of dedication. And that's why I'm preaching for you to get enough sleep to rank up properly. It's because I want you to think of ranking up as like some sort of workout. You want to always have those days or those times where you do push to grow. But you also need to put emphasis on rest and mentality. We cannot rank up if we're just constantly queuing, not even knowing what can we improve. This is why there's so many times where people look back at their games. They may VOD review, they may ask for help to see what went wrong and how can they fix it. Placing importance on other factors a part of your game would probably help you rank up even faster than if you just keep queuing not knowing what the fuck is going on. There are tons of things that come to mind where you can improve these parts of your game without really pushing for your rank. Because I'm sure even people who push rank, they don't like seeing their percentage go down because they're trying something new. We could start off with things like raw aim by doing things like maybe playing aim trainers such as Kovacs and aim labs. You can even improve your game sense by watching videos on how to play your specific character. Things like game sense and raw aim directly translates into your performance. This is because you really utilize these things to play better. You can't just shoot at something and expect your rank to just go up. But let's put this in a casual gamer's perspective. Let's ask a couple of fellow gamers to see what they do during their ranked climbs. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hey Mar, what's up?
Hello.
Hello. So, would you like to introduce yourself? Who are you?
You may know me as Kyler. That's my name.
My friends could call me Cheloy. I'm Mar. And if you've watched the last video of this dude, arkael, I guess, I am the friend slop master. Play friend slop with friends.
So, I want to thank you for coming on to this interview today. So, I'm sure
Yes,
you.
thank you as well. I appreciate being here. You know.
Okay, it means a lot. So, let's get the first question. So, Kyler, usually how many hours of sleep do you get considering it's summer?
It's still a good amount, around 7 hours.
Huh? Yeah, I think 7 is actually the perfect amount of sleep.
Yeah.
Is this like during summer or?
Let's do during summer. Because I don't think it's fair to do during school.
Oh, during summer, easy 12 hours from 10 to 10.
Do you think that if you get less than 7, you play worse?
From personal experience, I'd say yeah, especially since having the lack of sleep, it makes my body feel tired.
Exactly.
And with some of the games that I play requires a lot of movement. I don't have enough energy to move around, especially my mouse.
Do you think this amount of sleep helps your gameplay in any way when you do get to play?
Definitely. During the morning, I would usually play a lot better than during midnight or night where I'm usually a lot more tired.
And I think it ties into what I'm gonna ask next, which is, would you tilt queue or would you stop queuing for the day after like a bad set of games? Let's say you lose 3 in a row. Do you keep queuing?
For me, if I lose 3 games in a row, I would go for one more. If that one more is a loss, I would stop. But if it's a win, I would keep going. You know?
Oh hell yeah, okay. But like, do you think, okay, let's say it's a combination. If you have small amount of sleep and then you also get 3 games in a row, do you just call it for the day or do you try and push for that one more?
I would honestly just stop.
Do you think that sleep has a direct correlation to performance? Like, do you think if someone has less sleep, they're more likely to perform worse?
From what I know, sleep is a huge factor in gaming and in stuff in general, like doing tasks, because sleep correlates with focus or your senses, your 5 senses. So yeah.
We got through the whole sleep part, but another thing that I wanted to cover was mindset. So let's put you in a situation where you've lost your last 3 games. Would you queue up again?
It depends on why I would lose. if like, let's say they're just way better than me, then I would queue. It's fine, GG. You're better than me. Congrats. But let's say if there was a hacker in the game or my teammates were bad, or just the normal reason why you would lose, then maybe I'll take a break. Maybe I'll just go outside, touch grass, I guess.
And lastly, do you think that it's better to like have this sort of reset before you go in for another batch of games, another session?
Yeah, definitely. Like, a few bad games could probably flood your mind with some stuff. Maybe just need a flush to get better at the game, like perform better.
Like, does it make sense to conclude that you think sleep plays a big role in whether or not you perform better?
Oh, sleep definitely helps me perform better.
So, I think it is safe to conclude that sleep does impact gameplay, and that it is in our best interest to get an ample amount of sleep beforehand if we want the highest quality gameplay out of ourselves. My interviewees also showcased their takes on mindset and tilt queue, and it is interesting to see that depending on how a match plays out, that it influences whether or not someone decides to queue up again. But what should you do, and what can you take away from this video? I think that if you want to perform better, it is best to also take care of yourself. When you're in game, you don't want to also fight things off the server. Make sure to eat well, sleep well, and other things you can do to live a healthier lifestyle. And well, apart from all of that, I think that is gonna be it for me, arkael. See you later and take care.